Hey everybody, I'm Matt Farrell.
And I'm Kristen Rochelle, and this is Cheaper Than Therapy.
That's right. It's where we hang out and drink, talk about our problems, talk about your problems, and talk about just random shit that comes to us. But before we get started, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notifications anytime we post something new. So, what's going on?
Well, I've had a pretty laid-back week. Only went on one date this week.
Yeah?
I do have a date this evening, though. So.
Yeah?
Yes.
Anybody I know?
I don't know. It's a cop. It's possible. You could know him.
Well, if it's a cop that I know, it's probably because I've done business with him. I've been on the wrong end of the deal. Well, I hope that goes good.
I hope it does, too.
Hope that you have fun.
I do, too.
Let's talk about last week's episode where our microphones went dead for about the last 20 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
But we still talked right along until we knew it was going on.
We had no idea. We were just happy drinking in our own little conversation.
Yeah. And whenever we get done, every time we get done recording, then we go back and we watch it to see how everything looked. Mostly, Kristen wants to look at it, make sure that she still looks just as beautiful as ever through the whole thing. And that's where we found out. No,
you want to go rewatch it so you can see my boobs again. That's what it is. It's what it is.
I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that. But that's when we found out that the last 20 minutes had no sound, which sucks. So, what did we talk about the last 20 minutes?
We talked about the weirdest places people have had sex.
Nice.
In the strangest places we've had them. And then in there we were asking, the people that watch for their stories, and obviously that didn't happen because the microphone was off, so we got to ask this time. We want to know about your weird sex stories, like the weirdest place you've ever had sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to ask you.
What?
We'll come back to this.
Okay.
Real quick. Did you see that we got, one of the, I don't remember if it was the last episode or the episode before, where we talked about there was some kind of porn we talked about, and there was a guy that commented on it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was a name that I can't pronounce because he's obviously not from this country, and he would talk about he wanted to be part of our porn. And I don't think, if you're watching this episode, we need you to understand that we just discuss the different types of crazy porn there are. We're not making porn.
We're not making one.
We're not making porn, and we're not looking for additional actors.
Not at this point yet, anyway.
Now, if you would like to chime in and talk to us about the things that you've got going on, that's great, but we are not looking for porn actors, okay? All right, now, but we're fixing to confess our craziest places that we've had sex.
Mm-hmm.
But we would love for you guys to chime in. You can either do it in the comments here on YouTube, or you can go to our Facebook page, Cheaper Than Therapy, and send it to us in a message there or a comment there.
And we're going to read the best ones. When we get the best ones, we're going to read them next week.
Heck yeah. I'm looking for, because there's some crazy ones. Yours is pretty amazing.
Do you think mine, takes the cake?
Between the two of us, for sure. I feel like mine is something that a lot of people have done.
Yeah. And yours is?
While driving. Just scooted the seat back. She climbed over. Bad idea. Don't suggest anybody does it because it's not very safe.
Some people last year crashed into a house in Oklahoma City because of that. Do you remember the news article?
I do not.
Yeah, it actually happened.
Really?
How embarrassing. And their pictures were on there, their names.
That's awesome.
They got arrested, reckless endangerment or something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. We didn't wreck. I mean, we made it through, but it definitely is not a very safe idea. But yours is epic.
Mine's a little epic.
I love it. Okay, tell us.
Okay, so mine was, and don't judge me, hear the whole story. It was at Celebration Station. I was very much an adult, okay? I was on a date, and sometime during the date, I look up and I notice there's no lights on at the little putt-putt course where we were on. And we thought, well, maybe, they're closing down, so we go inside and put our stuff up and the door's locked. So Celebration Station that night was ran by a whole bunch of teenagers, and they just locked Celebration Station up and left us out there with our happy little selves, just putting away. So he's like, what do we do? And we could have scaled the fence, it's not that big of a deal. But I was like, I know what we can do. So yeah, we had sex in the little putt village there
Yeah.
at Celebration Station.
And then you ordered pizza.
And then we called Domino's and ordered pizza, and they delivered to Celebration Station to us
Through the fence.
through the fence. And the Domino's pizza guy just kind of hung out there for a little bit, and that was an awesome date.
That's awesome. How old were you when this happened?
I was in my 20s.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
That's.
I was in my
so-
and then my date was in his 20s as well. I would just like to put that in there.
That's awesome. That's like some shit you'd see in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing in my life that's been like that. Everything else in my life has been kind of like a reverse Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It's not been a Lifetime movie, you know. It's been a reverse Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It's not been interesting, not been exciting. But yeah, that was one of my favorite spots. And then there was the cemetery. Always liked the cemetery.
You always liked the
I
cemetery?
always liked the cemetery.
I've never done it in a cemetery.
Really?
No.
No, that's one
Gives
of my
me the
favorite spots.
heebie-jeebies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a fun fall activity. You can put on your little roster, your fall roster.
Put it on my roster.
Haunted house, sex in the cemetery.
Let me get my calendar out.
Yeah.
Write this down. That's awesome, though. She told me this story last week, and I love it. That's awesome.
My favorite part, though, was the pizza. It was the pizza.
Sex wasn't that
Yeah,
good.
the sex was good. But I just remember thinking, wow, Domino's delivered to me here at Celebration Station.
Really, was the sex good?
It actually was. It was
Like,
good.
I think back of pre-marriage sex, and I'm like, I remember those girls. Like, I remember them, but I don't recall the sex ever being,
Good? Really?
you know, nothing great or fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, fantastic sex always comes from crazy people. It's always crazy people.
Yeah.
That's where the good stuff comes from, is the crazies.
That's why it's so good now. My wife, nuttier than a damn fruitcake.
No, she isn't.
Yeah, she is. She's crazy. Love you. Matter of fact, what's today? Yesterday was my 20th wedding anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary. I know I told you yesterday,
Thank
but
you.
happy anniversary. 20
That is a long
years.
time.
That is a long time.
I have given her every reason to leave.
And she's not taking it.
And she stuck around. It's got to be for my personality. It's not for my looks or my money, either one.
Well, you
So,
do have an awesome personality,
That's
Matt.
that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on personality. What was it? Was there anything else that we had missed from?
I think that was it, really.
We just talked about sex.
We did. We'd had the weird sex stories that we talked about, and that's when our microphone went off.
Yeah, might have been Jesus trying to tell
It
us
was
something.
Jesus. Jesus was
Because
like,
maybe you
no.
guys shouldn't be talking about sex all the time. Why y'all always talking about sex?
That's all we talk about.
Man, I've since then I've tried to think to see if there was anything else crazy that I've forgotten or whatever over the times, and not really. I guess it's just pretty boring sex life, I guess.
Oh, come on. Surely
Well,
not.
I mean, not complaining about the sex. I'm just saying, like, nothing off the wall. No. And I don't have. I mean, one time when I was really young, we had sex in a park.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
now you could catch some charges for.
Yeah, well, shit.
Some serious charges.
Yeah. So
Well, take your wife to Celebration Station. Don't tell her why.
just hang out in the back.
Just
hope
hang
they
out in
lock
the
us
back
in.
in the little village back there. They've
about
got some like houses, like little wooden like houses back there. The
So-
putt station.
I'm gonna take you to the windmill at the putt station.
Is there a windmill there? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been to Celebration Station.
Really? Well, now you gotta go.
I gotta go. I know somebody that had sex right there against that waterfall where you
This
put the final
this
hole.
sounds like a good challenge that could go around. Celebration Station sex.
There you go.
And then we want to know where
Isn't
at
there a lot of
Celebration
kids there?
Station you've done. Yeah, but there was no kids there when I was there.
You gotta wait till it closes.
Yes, they
you gotta hope you
closed.
get locked in.
Hey, if you have opportunities, take them.
Amen.
And that was an opportunity.
Amen. Dang, you talking the gospel now. You get an opportunity, take it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just finished up the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do any big celebration for the 4th of July?
I had my family over.
Yeah.
That was about it. no like accidents this year. Like everybody has all their fingers and toes, and only one child cried the whole night. So
Did y'all shoot off fireworks and everything?
we did, yeah.
We usually do a big fireworks display at our house every year. We always have to do it the first Saturday after the 4th.
Oh.
Because we work at fireworks stands, so we work all the way through the 4th. I don't know if we're going to do it this year.
How come?
I don't know. It's just the last couple of years, things, some family has gotten older. Some family has, gotten too busy, I guess, so they don't come out. Or then you've always got the problem of a lot of people show up and want to shoot your fireworks.
Yeah, that's true. You're just getting old, though, Matt. Like 10 years ago, none of these would have been an issue. None of these things you brought up would have been an issue
True.
at all.
True story. I am getting old.
You are.
That's my wife asked me the other day. She goes, "Are you just becoming a cantankerous old man?" I thought, "Yeah, I might be."
So, this is a thing that changes. Fireworks is one of those things that changes you. You know what I mean? You cross that line and you don't even know it. One day you're out there popping fireworks, and the next day you're getting pissed off because you're having to clean them up. And yeah, so in Moore, did you hear about this? Somebody in the neighborhood was setting off fireworks, and a man got upset. So he just got his shotgun, just started shooting, and people went to the hospital.
He shot people?
He shot people.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see this in the news?
No.
It was in Moore, Oklahoma.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot of crazies in Moore. They're always getting hit by tornadoes. Maybe that's why they're crazy.
I know, there's a lot of stuff that happens
They
in
got to
Moore.
rebuild that town every few years.
They do.
And people keep building back in the same place.
So-
Doesn't make any sense.
On fireworks, what is like your craziest fireworks story? Have you ever been involved in any huge fireworks?
We had, this has been several years ago, but we have a table that we have converted to a platform for shooting fireworks off of, so it's reinforced. And we're going, my son, he was pretty young at the time, was begging, he wanted to shoot off one of the big ones. It's like, all right. So we had one, it was one of those big cakes where you light it once and it shoots a bunch.
Yeah.
But the wrapper had gotten put on it upside down. So we had it sitting on this table, it looked right side up. So he lights it and everything started trying to come out the bottom,
Yeah?
and then was just shooting the same level as the table, and there
Oh
were
my gosh, there was people running,
there was
wasn't there?
120 people out there. It looked like our yard looked like a legitimate war zone for about 45 seconds.
Oh my god.
Like, because it shoots them balls out, and then when they get where they're going, they explode.
Yeah.
So there's like boom, boom. There's shit going off in the back of my truck. My dad, who's sitting there watching fireworks
no.
on his oxygen, he's sitting there, and he can't get up.
And he's
sometimes.
been in the military,
Yeah.
and he's got PTSD.
So he just flips his chair over backwards to get away from it. My aunt can't get up quick enough. She gets shot in the leg, huge bruises all over her leg.
Uh-oh.
And we would have people would just show up that we didn't know, which was fine. Everybody can come and just watch. But they showed up and they were in our yard, laid out their sleeping bag, and they were laying there watching the fireworks. Well, one of these deals shot out and went underneath their sleeping bag.
Whoa.
Just caught their sleeping bag on fire. So everybody's bailing and running. It was insane. Like I said, 45 seconds of absolute fear on everybody on
Your
our property.
poor dad
Yeah.
with his oxygen tank, he just dipped the table, the
Yeah,
chair
he was
over.
like, fuck it. Flipped over backwards to get away from it all. Yeah, like ricocheting off of our propane tank, and yeah, it was insane. That's probably our craziest. And matter of fact, earlier today, my son was showing me some videos on YouTube of fireworks fails,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Dad," he goes, "I'm showing you this because they're making a big deal out of all these." But he said, "Hell, it looks like just a regular 4th of July at our house. All these explosions stuff going on." I was like, "Yeah, that's every year for us. It don't look like nothing special."
But nothing bad this year.
No, but we didn't shoot anything.
No,
either.
well, it still could happen, right? Still could happen. And if
For
it
sure.
does happen, you better get it on camera this year.
That's where it's all at. You got to record everything.
You do.
I don't know why I don't have GoPros set up everywhere
You should.
to catch that. In my truck, because my kids. Did you ever see that TV show Kids Say the Darndest Things?
Yes.
My kids are no exception. My kids say the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my
So
life.
you just record them?
I should. I need a GoPro in my truck just to record conversation at all times, so that way when they say something, I can go back and copy it. Oh my God. I'm going to give you an example. One day we're driving along and I asked my oldest son, I said, hey, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? He's like, I don't know, I'd kind of like to check out that Run of the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right. I said, well, where's that at? He goes, I think it's in Spain. I said, is it? So then he starts looking on his phone trying to figure out. My youngest son, sitting in the back seat, serious as can be, leans up and he goes, I'm pretty sure it is in Spain because everybody there speaks French.
He really said that?
Yes.
Are you concerned for him?
And I'm driving and I look and I go, what the hell did you just say? He goes, I'm just saying, everybody there speaks French. It's got to be Spain. And I'm like, but he's like that now. I mean, this was a couple years ago, but he's like that now. He'll say something and he just says it with absolute certainty, confidence. And sometimes I look at him like, I can't tell if he's bullshitting or not. He sounds really confident about his answer, but I don't know.
I need that kind of confidence. I need the confidence of a 14-year-old kid that thinks they know everything but they don't know anything. I need that.
I need that confidence whenever I get pulled over and I have to talk to the cops. If I could sound more confident when I go, no sir, I haven't been drinking.
You've been drinking, officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You enjoying your drink over there?
I am enjoying my drink.
Your drink's not out here today.
It's not.
No.
Pre-mix.
Oh, okay.
Pre-mix. That's what we got to do. Because they're not sponsoring us. I'm not going to advertise for them.
No. We would love Okie Shine to sponsor us, and we could just sit here and drink Okie Shine products and talk about our problems in our life.
Yeah, that is what we need.
Yeah.
We got lots of problems. What else you got? I keep getting off subject. I'm scatterbrained today. I'm just going all over the place.
I am too.
You want me to tell you what I recorded another podcast earlier today with my son, and I'm going to tell you one of the stories that we talked about on there.
Okay.
It happened with a friend of his, and I had to say that I wasn't going to say any names.
Yeah.
His girlfriend was performing fellatio. And while she was down there, she decided to surprise him. With the handle of her makeup brush.
Really?
In the butt.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
The handle of her makeup brush?
Yeah. Which, thank God she didn't use something bigger, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of those handles can be pretty decent size.
This is what I don't get, though. Is at that age, who's thinking about that kind of stuff?
I don't know. Like, it was his friend's girlfriend, not his girlfriend.
No, it didn't happen to my son. It was my son's friend.
So your son's
and
friend
his girlfriend.
and his girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah. My son's friend and his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Are the two that this happened with.
Was she trying to be funny?
I don't know.
Maybe she's got a sense of humor.
I don't know. That's a good way to get punched in the top of the head. I can tell you that right now. You stick something in my butt, bam! I mean, I'm going to make sure that I've cleared the hanger before I close the door, but golly.
Oh my
Have
gosh.
you ever
stuck a makeup handle?
Have you ever done anything? Have you ever put anything in your dude's butt?
No, never. I have not.
Okay.
I have not. Although I have a sneaking suspicion my ex-husband would have loved it.
You want me to just keep putting them on a tee for you?
Yeah.
You can hit home runs?
Go ahead. Put them on a tee for me so I can hit home runs. That's beautiful.
I'm just setting them up. You're hitting them out of the park. Anything I can think of for you to take a shot at him.
I'll take it.
Bam. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine that happening to me now. Much less at 18.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like at 18, I thought that the whole purpose of this was, well, I go down on you, you go down on me, then we put it in and we finish. There was no concept of all that extra shit that can take place, so that does take place, and some of it's great and fun. And
I wasn't worried about extra stuff when I was 18 or 17.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just worried about the deed.
Yeah, right.
The deed itself. Again, I don't know. That's crazy to me.
So how did he handle it? What did he do?
Well, I'll tell you one thing he fucked up on is he told his friends that it happened.
Oh.
So they are now not letting him live it down.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they told me, and it's now been on 2 podcasts.
Twice, yeah.
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 Twicey.
Twice. Well, thank you for that story, whoever you are.
Yeah. I was made to promise not to say any names. Which I wouldn't anyway.
I just want to know if she kept the makeup brush.
Surely not.
I don't know. Some people are
Put it on
really,
like
really
this,
attached to their makeup brushes.
What's that smell? What's that smell? Oh gosh. I will say this. The next day or whatever, a couple of the friends, there's a whole group of them, a couple of the friends went to Walmart and they went to the makeup aisle and they took a picture of all the makeup brushes and they were like, hey, what size do you need? That was fun. And sent it to him. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Which is what your friends are supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, your friends are supposed to make fun of you. If you have friends that don't make fun of you, are they really your friends?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. What is I don't know. We haven't discussing this. What do you think is the craziest sexual, not place, what's your craziest sexual experience? Because I feel like this is a subject that we can get people to start chiming in on right here.
We can. My craziest sexual experience. Some of them, I mean, I really can't talk about on air here. I don't know. I might leave that a little open there and not discuss it. What about you? Do you have some?
I think your average stuff, that we played and experimented with or what have you, but nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy?
Nothing that I would think is too crazy. I would say the majority of the stuff that we've ever done or experimented with or whatever is probably pretty basic for most people.
Yeah.
Hell, it might be pretty vanilla compared to what most people are trying nowadays.
You don't know. You don't know.
People are into some weird shit.
They are.
Did I tell you about the time we went to a bar down in Dallas? And then the bar next door to it was a BDSM.
Oh, no. Tell me about this.
So we got invited to go to a club in Dallas. A friend of ours was opening a new club. He said, hey, you guys come down and check it out. My treat all night. It's going to be great. Okay, so there's a whole group of us went down there. But it's busy. So we had to stand in line to get in. Once we got in and he realized that we were there, everything was good. We had to stand in line just like everybody else outside. But there's a club at the other end of this, and I keep seeing these weird people walking in. And I'm like, dudes in short shorts and a top hat. And I'm like, what the hell's going on down there?
Yeah?
So we get in, and I'm like, hey, Chris, like, what's up with this place down the way here? He goes, oh, man. He goes, let me get everything settled over here. He said, I'll take you down there and give you a tour of the place. I'll tell them that you're interested in joining their club, and they'll let me give you a tour. And I was like, oh, okay. So we wait for him. He comes back and he gets us and he takes us down there. As soon as we walk in, I realize what kind of place it is.
Yeah.
Because there is a girl naked laying on the stage being tied up by somebody.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people paying attention to it.
It's like it's normal. Just like everyday stuff here. Oh, yeah,
he's just tying her up. No big deal. Take us around the way. There's a lady over here who makes the ropes and whips and all that stuff.
Oh, so like she's got her little like booth set up?
Yeah, it's like a vendor in this place.
Oh my gosh.
They take us around and there's this long wall that's got all these different contraptions and apparatuses and things that you can use during sex. Like things that you hang each other from and turn each other over, like all kinds of shit. And some of it I was like, oh, okay, I get that. And some of it I was like, oh my God, that's insane. We get around the corner and there's a cage, it looked like a jail cell from an old Western movie is what it looked like. Inside of it, there is a man sitting on a bench, wearing a leather pig mask.
A leather pig mask?
Yes, and some kind of undergarment. That's it. Shirtless, what have you. And he's just sitting there, and there's a woman who appears to be about 6'9", and she's got a whip, and she's got a mask on.
Is it a pig mask too?
No. Hers is just like a latex mask that goes up, like a zipper thing and all that. She is beating the piss out of this guy. I mean, rearing back, swinging for the fences, bam! And it's so loud. And I'm like, oh my God. I hope he signed a waiver. There's a lawsuit fixing to come out
Well,
of
yeah,
this
I mean,
joint.
you gotta sign a waiver when you go to like Urban Air. I'm pretty sure they make you sign a waiver if you go to a
Surely.
club like that. They have to.
We make our way all the way around the rest of the club, and there's a guy wearing a dress, just the bottom half of a dress, though, topless, and he has boobs.
Oh,
Yeah. Like-
wow.
But that's the only thing about him that was feminine, was that he had
boobs?
breast implants.
Did he lose a bet and have to get him, or?
I don't know, but it was crazy creepy.
I remember watching this documentary one time, and I don't even know how I found this documentary. It's one of those days where I'm at home and I'm just like, don't have nothing to do, about a guy who lost a bet and he got implants, and he's like, just like his day in his life of this dude who has breast implants, but he's a normal dude.
Is it the guy, he lives in Vegas?
I don't know, maybe.
I saw a deal about a guy that lost a bet, and now he's making all kinds of money because he does all kinds of like crazy appearances
Probably
and
the same guy.
Yeah.
So when you went into this place, did they tell you to put your phone up, or could you bring it with you?
stuff. No, they didn't say anything.
Oh, and you didn't take any pictures?
No.
I'd have been there taking pictures.
I was too in awe of what was going on. Like what is going on? They're beating the shit out of each other and they act like they like it. I don't know what to say. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Well, I have not ever had that experience. I've never been in a club like that where I've got to see, just for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can go sometime if you want to, but I might wait at the door for you.
Okay, well,
I think I would be uncomfortable going back in there.
I'll take my camera. It sounds like a haunted house, honestly.
It does.
You just like go through the little little path,
And you
and
could tell that it was an old strip club, like by the way that it was set
oh,
up.
much better.
You could tell because the stage that the girl was being tied up on, like it had a pole, and it was a
Right.
stage that was shaped like if you've been in very many strip clubs, you would have recognized this to have been an old strip club.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. It was absolutely insane.
Well, I don't have a story like that, so you beat me on that.
I've never seen anything like it before or since.
Or since it really does sound like a haunted house.
It's crazy. Insane. What else you got?
Well, my week was pretty boring. Like I said, nothing happened.
Nothing.
Nothing. Just went on one date. Went to the bowling alley. That was it. I'm a horrible bowler. This is like the second date somebody has taken me on to the bowling
You would think
alley.
as often as you dates take you to bowling alley,
I
you'd be getting better.
know. I know. No, I'm not getting any better. I refuse to get better because eventually people are going to figure out it's a bad spot to take a date.
No, they won't. I'm telling you, the only reason they're taking you there is because they're decent at bowling, so they want to show off.
Oh my God, this last guy had his own shoes and his own ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. I have never been in a point in my life where I'm going to invest in some bowling shoes and a bowling ball. I don't know.
I feel like you have to be at least mid-50s before you start getting into like
See,
bowling league or
that's
something.
what I think. He's not old, he's in his 30s. He's actually 4 years younger than me, so
Really?
yeah.
But he's already an
He's
avid
already
bowler.
an avid bowler, yep.
Did he look like a bowler?
No, I would not have pegged him as a bowler at all.
Really?
Yeah. Second guy that has taken me to the
Where's the
bowling alley.
craziest place that you've ever been taken on a date to?
Oh. I don't know about crazy place, but I've been on dates with some tacky people.
Yeah?
Yeah, very tacky people. I went on a date one time with a guy who went to the movies. He had on a shirt that looked like one was a gas station shirt, the name tag, and it said Dick on it. And we sit down to watch the movie. He pulls out beer, just starts pulling beer out of his pants, and then some cheeseburgers. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm definitely probably not going to dinner after this. That was the end of the date. Yeah, that was the end of the date. I have been on dates with some tacky people.
He just took you to the movies. Did he offer you one of the cheeseburgers?
He
that
did.
pulled out of his
He
pants?
did.
Did you eat it?
No, I did not eat it. I did take a beer because it's impolite to not.
Well, at this point, you probably needed the beer.
Yeah, I needed it, but yeah, I did not take the cheeseburger. No. I have found some complete and utter weirdos off of Facebook dating and Tinder. It's not so bad. You don't get so many weirdos off of Tinder, but Facebook dating, that's where all the complete people out of their mind are on, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
That's where I found the wizard. He was on Facebook dating.
That's a great one.
Yeah. And then that's where I found the metal guy, too. The 38-year-old dude in the metal band who, yeah. was about 5 foot tall.
See, I don't have a whole lot of great dating. I mean, hell, I've been married since I was 20,
Yeah.
so I don't have a lot of great dating stories.
Well,
I've already been with the one person that you're allowed to fuck up with.
yeah,
So all the bad dates that I've taken her on.
they count. You're not missing anything in the dating world. The dating world at this age, it's awful. It's not fun
Yeah.
at all. So anybody out there who's like, oh, I wish I was single. No, you don't. So it's like going to Goodwill and, you take stuff to Goodwill. It's like shopping at Goodwill, but it's not that stuff that's in Goodwill. It's the stuff Goodwill throws outside and people use for like work rags, that you clean up grease with. That's what dating at this age is like. It's just going behind Goodwill.
It's a great analogy.
It's sad, and it is true. Everybody is damaged at this point.
Yeah.
You are never going to find a normal person again as long as you live. That's it. It's done. It's over. You had your chance.
They gotta be out there.
They're not out there. I promise.
You've already combed.
I've combed
through 'em.
quite carefully. They're not there.
Really? Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What do you got for me?
Tell the people what you're looking for in a guy.
Well, I don't really know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm not looking for, thanks to the dates I've been on. So, let's see. No 38-year-old gentleman in metal bands who's 5 foot tall and wears platforms. No cocaine dealers, please. No cocaine dealers.
Makes good money.
Yeah, they did make good money. He was very flashy with his money that evening, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, well, actually, let's just start here. If you're a firefighter, I'm looking for you. There, I know something I want. Firefighter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gentlemen of the firefighting world, the invitation has been extended. This young lady is looking for a firefighter. You still need to be a decent person.
Yes, please.
The job does not automatically get you the position.
It helps, though. It helps.
You have to be a decent person. You have to be kind. You cannot be
Have a
in
small
metal
penis.
band. You cannot.
You're missing all the important stuff here.
That just cut half the guys out.
Yeah.
Right there. Half of them. Well, never. That's it.
That's it. You gotta leave the important stuff in there. You just can't leave the important stuff out. But yeah, no dudes in metal bands who are over 25, please. No cocaine dealers.
So no small penises.
Yeah, no small penis.
Like only large.
Well, I don't know. I mean, medium is decent, but no micro penises, okay?
Okay, so-
just no micro penises.
You got to be more than a thimble.
Yeah,
No thimbleman.
no thimbleman.
There you go. That's what we're calling them from now on. Small penis dudes. Thimbleman.
That's a good name for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the guys worry about that stuff, so girls are over here like, well, what size is his penis? What do guys worry about? What are guys like, I don't want that. Is it boobs? If your boobs are too small, if they're too big? I mean, are guys out there like, her vagina's too big? No.
Yes. So
Really?
all of those things.
All of those things?
All of those things. Everybody has that one thing that's the it for them.
Mhm.
Like some guys are boob guys, some guys are butt guys, some guys are thighs. It's crazy. Some guys are just eyes, ears,
Oh, really?
feet.
Ears?
Yes.
I'm just baffled
like
by
if
that
a
over
girl,
here.
a girl, if you get big ears or too small of ears, if a girl's got messed up ears, for some guys, it's like, it's hard to have a conversation with her because it's distracting.
Are ears a thing to you?
No.
They really
I mean,
weren't with me, okay?
it would be weird if like one ear was back and the other one was out, or it's the whole point behind the ears thing is it can't be distracting to the conversation.
My ex-husband's ears were distracting because he always looked like a fucking Keebler elf. Did you never notice that about him? He had pointy ears.
I didn't marry him.
Well, I had to see his ears a lot. I'm not picky about ears, but he did have pointy ears. This is cheaper than therapy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, for guys, it's everything. I mean, do girls sit around and be like, hey, how big is it?
Well, I don't know
Like, what's
about...
the conversation among girls? I feel like y'all's conversations are probably just as perverted and in depth as ours.
They can be, for sure.
The difference is we'll have those conversations out in public where people can hear us, and y'all are more.
Oh yeah,
low-key.
you don't hear women like sitting at the restaurant like Olive Garden talking about men's penises, you
Right.
know. So no, I mean women are more behind closed doors. You know, I'm gonna talk to my one friend about this or my group of friends while they're over, but you know, no, not out in the middle of everything.
Yeah. And there's definitely a group of guys sitting at Olive Garden talking about
Maybe not at Olive
their
Garden.
boobs or butt.
Maybe Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll eat Olive Garden. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Well, look. I know that you have a big date tonight
I do have a date coming up. I'm checking my phone.
with the arch enemy of the guy that you're actually looking for.
Oh my God, yes, he's a cop. He's not a fireman.
Yeah. And we're getting close to that time.
We are.
So this is just going to be a short episode, which is cool. We'll be back. This episode will be uploaded. What's today?
Today's Wednesday, I'm pretty sure.
Today's Wednesday, so this episode will be uploaded. I'll try to get it uploaded tonight. It might not be uploaded until Thursday. Either way, it will get uploaded. And then next week we'll be recording episode number 4. We got some big things happening this week. I've got a couple shows coming up.
That's right, you do.
So I'm sure that's going to involve, or that's going to provoke some stories or some topics for us to talk about. So, and you've got a date tonight, which is something that we'll be able to talk about. Hopefully it goes well.
I hope
If it
so.
doesn't go well, I hope it's a complete train wreck. That way we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's wrap this one up and we'll be ready for next week.
Yeah, and we want to know your stories. You have to tell us your best, like the weirdest places you have had sex, and we
Yeah.
want to talk about those definitely next week.
Yeah, we won't mention your name.
Unless you're into that kind of thing, then we'll mention your name.
Into that kind of thing. But yeah, so finish your drinks tonight while you're watching this, and be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you get notifications anytime we upload anything new. And go to our Facebook, Cheaper Than Therapy. Follow us on there as well for any funny comments. Or we'll also be posting on Facebook about subjects that we'll have coming up, so things that you can post on, so that your story can be included in part of our conversation. So, guys, we thank everybody. We appreciate it. This is episode 3 wrapped up in the books now.
Getting a little ahead of yourself.
I
Season.
am. Yeah, season. Yeah, one season at a time. So we're ready. So for Cheaper Than Therapy, I'm Matt Farrell.
And I'm Kristen Rochelle. Go have a drink if you haven't already had one.
And we'll be back with more.